I know it's been ups and downs. You want to talk about that? It's not just all smooth sailing, is
It's
it?
not. It's not. From getting the job that you want. Um, First and foremost, most DJs when they start, they want the club job. It can be one of the funnest jobs to have. It can be one of the most frustrating. It just kind of depends on where you are. But that's ultimately, most of the ones I've talked to, that was their first goal, was to get into a club, because that's where your name gets out there. But my advice to them is stay on track. Don't let anything sidetrack you. Don't ever think that you're better than everybody else, because there's always somebody there. Always be open-minded to another DJ when they're trying to teach you something or express some knowledge that they may have, because you take a little piece of everybody and you make your own style.
So the internet radio show that you have, talk about that a little bit more in depth. How you came up with that idea, well, what led you to putting that together.
Well, the other internet radio station is where we had the idea. It ran for a little bit. The host of it went his separate ways. So, being Tweaked Out Entertainment, we decided to start Tweaked Out Radio. And once we started Tweaked Out Radio and networking with other DJs, because I was the first DJ here in Jackson brought on board to the Tweaked Out Entertainment family, and so we kind of networked from there. And now, if you log on to tweakedoutradio.com, Monday through every night of the week, actually, there's a DJ spinning a different genre of music.
Oh, okay.
Whether it be dubstep, hip hop, whatever, you can find it on there. But the Wednesday night thing is set aside strictly for our artists, and it doesn't have to be a hip hop artist. It doesn't have to, we take on acoustic players, rock bands. We've had Source 24 in there. We got Brad Beard that's coming. He's won some stuff in the Jackson Free Press. We've had a student from Northwest Rankin that's a singer come out. So as long as you're an independent artist, no matter what it is, you could paint. We're going to bring you on there, and we're going to expose what you have to offer to the city.
Okay. Well, DJ Rain, we're going to have to take a break, and we'll be right back, and we're going to talk a little bit more about projects that you're working on and some other things that we want to touch bases on a little bit more. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with the rest of the show.
On Location TV, Tuesdays 7:30 p.m. and Sundays 8 p.m. on Comcast Cable Channel 18.
We're back, and I am Peaches, and your host of On Location TV with DJ Rain. We have covered lots of great information, learned a lot about DJing, that is not just from the old school, that it has moved, technology has brought it forth, and you all have, the DJs and yourself, have really put a lot of work into this to make it be something other than saying, oh, I'm a DJ. It's not that anymore. It's about lots of good things that you're doing. Schooling, information. It's almost information overload.
It is.
But let's talk about I know you talked about some of the artists that you work with, but I know that you've worked with some additional artists that we want to mention that you've worked with. We want to get all your credits in.
Yes. A lot of, it's been real exciting, being able to do shows with major label artists. I've done shows with Vanilla Ice, Nappy Roots, Juvenile, and Rick Ross. Rick Ross had 1,200 in attendance there.
Right.
Yeah. So those shows they're a lot of fun to do. The artists are great. The people are great. But those are some of the main ones that I've done here recently. Looking forward to doing many more.
So is it anybody that you kind of got in the back of your head that you're thinking about that you might want to work with? Or are you just ready and willing to
my motto is have music, will travel.
Oh, okay. I like that. So let's talk about Feel Your Face Fridays.
Can't Feel Your Face Fridays.
Can't Feel Your Face Fridays. Talk about that.
It's a great time. One of the good things I like about working at Dreams is the DJs aren't so separated from the crowd. I'm friends with a lot of people in the crowd. Like before I even start work, and they show up, we're like a big family. So the environment's great, you know, down there, and the night itself is, I mean, it's a great atmosphere. And Kamikaze brought me in when they started the Can't Put Your Face Fridays, and we've gone from there.
Or talk about what you've done in the past in the community.
Well, Daniel from Tweet Out Entertainment has renewed the contract with the American Cancer Society, so we will be we have 4 more Relay for Life scheduled. And you know, there's different events with the American Cancer Society that we do. You know, we're not stuck just on the Relay for Life, but he started it a year or 2 ago, and you know, we kept it. You know, they're great people to work with. It's for a good cause. You know, and a lot of the cancer thing, it hits home with a lot of people, and to be able to give back and help, you know, help that cause, you know, it means a lot to everybody, you know, within the company. There's a guy, Cochran is his last name. I can't remember what his first name is, but he's a young kid that made I think it's something to do with the Olympics. But he's on his way. And I told the people that were putting on the fundraisers, you know, I'd offer my service to help him, you know, raise money so he can make that team.
So you're all about working in the community, giving it back.
But most definitely, you know, karma. You know, you get out what you put in.
Right.
And so hopefully, you know, I mean, things seem to be working out great, you know, by doing that. You know, working with the local artists and working with local charities and the local businesses. So, you know, it's a great time.
So, again, and I may have already asked this, but I don't think I can ask it or stress it, you know, enough, because this show, I like to stay focused on our young people, because lots of them kind of go sometime in the wrong direction. They have a dream, they're not encouraged, you know, and they just kind of go left when they should be going right. So what would you tell our young people? What would you tell them?
Just stay true to yourself. As long as you stay true to yourself, and you know that whatever you do in life, whether it's being a DJ or artist or whatever, as long as it's your passion, just be you. Don't be anybody else, because you can't be anybody else, because that person is them. And so as long as you are who you are, you know, and believe in God, that's the most important thing, because I mean, He's helped a lot of us through a lot of different things. And I think that's going to be the backbone of your success.
So this kind of still takes you away from home a lot, right? In order to, I guess, with anything, if you wanted to really work, you got to put the work into it. So you have to learn to kind of wear many hats, so to speak.
Yes, my wife is a very, very understanding woman. You know, there's certain, you know, my hours are different than hers.
Right.
You know, there was an instance where Big Crit, that came out of Meridian, Mississippi, you know, he started the Club Smokers tour. And after he got signed to Def Jam Records, well, they came to Jackson, and after I left the concert, you know, I went and supported him. He's from Mississippi, so I went to the concert and supported him, and it was him and a lot of, you know, people I kind of. DJ Wally Sparks, kind of grew up, you know, listening to him. You know, as I was getting into DJing, he was there, and a few other key players, Currency, Smoke Dizza. Well, I get a phone call on my way home at 3-something in the morning, you know, saying, you know, let's go network, you know, from another artist here in Jackson. So imagine me going home at 3:30 and 4 o'clock in the morning, telling my wife I need to go to network. You know, that don't go over too well.
but you do have to have, she's really understanding.
She
you
is.
got to have that support system.
And I appreciate her and my daughter for that. I really do. Because without them, you know, it'd be real stressful. But, you know, she was understanding. And I mean, you know, things like that don't happen all the time. But, you know, I thanked her.
But when you have that to happen, you got to have that good support system in place already.
Yes, because you have to seize the opportunities when they come. That's just the nature of the business, you know. And with the youth, you know, I mean, just make sure it's your passion, and don't listen to any negative, you know, stereotypes or any. Keep all the negativity out and keep all the positive in.
Okay, it seems like you need to do some motivational speaking to go out to talk to some of our young people.
I mean, I would love to, you know. I mean, because